Hi, everybody. This is Craig, the water guy. Hope you're doing well. I've got over 33 years experience in the water treatment industry, and I'm here to help you out today on deciding what water softener is best for you. Searching Nuvo water softener, you'll see commercials and stuff like that on Nuvo on a regular basis on TV. The Nuvo water softener is a system that doesn't actually soften the water. It gives you soft water uh, benefits by using a filter type system that uses citric acid, basically a citrus base. And the way that works is that the citrus breaks down the minerals to smaller particles so they can't adhere and stick to surfaces permanently, which also helps you get better cleansing out of soaps and stuff like that. So it gives you some of the benefits that soft water gives you, but the minerals are still there. Uh, my experience in the Nuvo system is pretty limited. I've only read a lot of reviews on them and did a small amount of research. The reviews are hit and miss. Some areas they work fairly well. People are happy with them. In other areas they don't. My experience tells me that when you get into areas on city water where the water is fairly hard, around 15 to 20 grains or harder, the Nuvo system is not going to be as effective. That's just my take on the reviews that I read. And if you're on well water, I would definitely stay away from it just because you could have lower pHs, you could have iron, manganese, sediment, stuff like that. That's all going to affect on how a system like this works for you. Okay, so that's basically how the Nuvo system works. It looks like they sell you on the financing at $29.95 a month. With financing, I'm not real sure exactly how much the system costs. We're going to how it works here. And what they're saying here is that, let's see here, treats water in two ways. Instead of removing calcium like traditional softeners, the Nuvo H2O system binds and sequesters the calcium ions, preventing them from participating out, forming a scale. Once bound into the citrocharged, the neutral H2O, the mineral cannot form a scale. So basically, what I was saying earlier. So that's how that works. Now, looks like the citrocharge actually decreases the pH of hard water, which is nearly always alkaline, to closer to the neutral range, substantially reduces potential for scale formation. Since the pH scale uh, is a Richter scale, like an earthquake scale, even small changes make a difference. For example, if your water measures 7.9 to pH scale, it will decrease by 7.4 if experience a decrease in hydrogen ions. Okay, so this is one thing that's always concerned me about this system. You want to, if you're on city water, which I would only recommend the system on city water, I wouldn't recommend it on the well water for all the reasons I explained earlier. Um, you want to check your city water for your pH levels, because if you're dropping your pH level from 7.9 in this particular example to 7.4, you're dropping it by zero point 0.5. Okay, so if you have a pH range of below 7.4, 7.5, 7.4, you're going to drop that pH range below the 7.0 mark, which means that your water is now acidic, and that could cause two problems. One is acidic water is not the healthiest to drink because it could create your body to be a little bit more on the acidic side instead of the alkaline side, especially if you drink a lot of water. which an alkaline body is healthier than an acidic body, right? The other problem, which is the most concern, is that any sort of metal plumbing that you have, hot water heater, copper pipes, galvanized risers, copper risers, anything that it touches metal-wise is going to dissolve that metal into your water, which means that you're drinking that metal, but it also means that you're harming your pipes by thinning the walls out on your pipes of your hot water heater, which is going to cause them to deteriorate and leak, as well as cause staining on fixtures. So, for instance, if you have copper plumbing, you'll get like a bluish green type stain on fixtures around sinks, drains, stuff like that, and that's from the copper bleeding out into your water. It bleeds a bluish green color. If you have galvanized plumbing, which is almost unheard of these days, except for a lot of older homes still have it, it'll leach the iron out of the water, as well as lead. So you can get brown staining, like iron reddish brown stain on fixtures, and that's from the galvanized pipe being leached out from the pH balance being below 7. Now, my experience with city water is that city water usually runs between a 7.0 and a 7.5 range. So that concerns me about this particular system. So I caution you all to make sure that you check your pH range and talk to the city and see that pH range stays relatively the same. It doesn't change dramatically. So, meaning that, let's say you call them up and they say, well, your pH runs around 7.8, 7.9. Well, the question you want to ask is that, well, you have water quality reports over the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, you could show me if this pH balance has changed dramatically to where it's at 7.5 or below. And they should have that information for you. Then make your decision from there. Okay. Now, going to systems. The other thing is that they call this a water softener. It's not a water softener. It doesn't remove minerals from the water, so it's not softening the water. It's just giving you some of those soft water effects that a regular salt-based water softener gives you. Okay. Now, on our website at qualitytreatment.com, we have a salt-free water conditioner. They call them salt-free water softeners. We call it salt-free water conditioner because it's conditioning the water, just like the Nuvo systems, conditioning the water, not softening the water. Okay, so the proper term is conditioning. So it basically does the same thing, except for it doesn't use citric acid. It doesn't lower your pH or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about all those other issues that I just went over with you. It doesn't use electricity, just like the Nuvo doesn't. The media inside this tank generally lasts 10 plus years, so there's not a lot of upkeep to it as far as the media replacement, stuff like that. There's no backwashes, so it's an upflow system, so there's no issues with wastewater or anything like that. A lot of areas in Southern California that have banned traditional softeners from discharging into their sewer systems are using these type of systems to treat the hardness of their water. Okay. We only recommend this system as well on city water. We don't recommend on well water, and we don't really like to sell them to folks that have water that harder than 20, 25 grains hard, which is not that common on city water, but they are out there. And if you do have water like that, then unless you don't have any other choice, then use a traditional water softener, which we also have on our website here under water softeners. Okay. So basically the way this system works is that it comes with a high flow carbon cartridge filter first. So the carbon cartridge filter runs through the system. The water runs through that first. Okay. And that will remove chlorine and heavy metals and stuff like that from the water, not just to protect the media inside the tank here, your filter absorb media, but also to give you chlorine and metal-free water throughout your home and remove a high percentage of pesticides, herbicides, petroleum products, stuff like that. Okay. Then it runs through the bypass valve, so you can bypass the system anytime if you ever need to. It goes down through a center tube and then comes up through the filter bed media and lifts that up and turns it over. And that breaks down the meters of the minerals in the nanometer size so they can't permanently stick and adhere to surfaces, as well as give you all the good cleaning actions that you get from having soft water, as far as smoother skin and suds and brighter laundry and better dishes. Gets rid of all the spotting and stuff that you were getting before. So that's how that system works. This system is the only salt-free water softener water conditioner that is 99% effective. It's also WQA Gold Seal, NSF, ANSI 61 certified. So those are all the benefits to that system. Again, you don't have the problem with the pH levels with this. So that's why it's so much better than the Nuvo system. So I hope that helped you folks out today, and thank you for visiting us, and have a great day.